it's plain to see. I wanna be famous. I wanna live close to the sun. Oh, pack your bags, cause I've already won. Everything to prove, nothing in my way. I'll get there one day. Cause I wanna be famous. Na 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 na. I wanna be famous. I wanna be famous.
Hey everyone, Rascal here.
And Mama, welcome to the 7th and unfortunately final episode of our Total Drama Spotlight series.
This time around, Total Drama is parodying the popular world tour reality show The Amazing Race in its brand new spin-off. Total Drama presents The Ridonculous Race!
Kind of like World Tour, the contestants are being sent around the world and competing in challenges for the grand prize of $1 million. Only this time there are 18 teams of 2, not just teens, but parents, kids, and even adults. We even get a brand new host who is an obvious parody of the Amazing Race host, Don.
Yeah, so it's like another whole new set of,
Revamping,
right. And they still have like 3 people from the original series on there mixed in with all these new characters. So they weren't just limited to teenagers, they could do everybody now.
Right. Which was fun. I mean, that was a great idea because you got to see dynamics between different ages, those who related, those who were friends, those who, like you said, mom and dad, daughter, mother, sisters, brothers, best friends, enemies,
right?
Boyfriend, girlfriend. You got to see everything.
Oh yeah, we definitely
on the force, everything.
Yeah, we got to quickly tell them about the character. We can't go through like the personalities and detail, but let's just go through what they have.
Let's start with your favorite, Jeff.
Oh yeah, they have the surfer, Jeff, and his best friend Brody, and he's still the same all these years later, and still wanting to party and have fun, and they made it pretty far in. They had the 2 police cadets, MacArthur, and what was that?
All I know is they were shout out to Heat with Melissa McCarthy and Sandra Bullock.
Yeah,
and I loved it.
And the way they acted, oh my gosh, one was Falling by the Rules and the other one was just like hardcore action. And they're like, praise the name of the Lord, like you have no authority yet. They had mother and daughter who were really rich, and the
daughter just didn't want to do anything the mom said. She was disrespectful. She was pretty horrible to her,
right.
And the mom would appease her all the time, trying to money and shopping and all these different things.
And they had a father and son team, and the dad was a parody of Chevy Chase.
Yes.
Oh my goth. They had the rockers. They had the goth. My favorite is the goth team. Because the whole time they had to keep this vacant expression on their faces and the way they would talk like this. And the whole time, and the only time you caught something out of the character when they went to Transylvania and they were like fangirling. We'll get to that in a minute. Let's continue with the characters.
And then we had the ones that you had to just dislike them totally. The skaters.
Yeah, they were the French ice skaters, and they were the villains of the season.
Because all they did was cheat every single competition, like on Laugh Olympics. All they did was cheat.
Right. I guess they were the what were they called? The
really rottens.
They were the really rottens of the show.
Right.
What else they had? They had 2 best friends, and of course one liked the other, and the other didn't know it. They had the daters. then later became the haters, then the daters again, and they were always in love, and so he was this big muscle guy, and she was really small, and they would have this old theme song, and they go, dun, 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 and like, oh, God.
And they reminded me of Rocket. Well, her character's name, the superhero name was Rocket, but on Young Justice Season 2, it was
I think Bumblebee, and the guy later he became...
No, it was Rocket.
Oh, okay, it was Rocket, and his boyfriend later, his name was Guardian.
Right. Well, Mal.
I think it was Mal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Guardian was the superhero.
Right.
But it reminded me of them so much. Rascal. That's them for Young Justice. That's them. That's them. That's them.
Yeah.
It was an obvious shout out, but they never acted like that on Young Justice.
Right.
But they just made them, look like them, and you reminded of them, but they had a totally different character.
They had Owen and Noah, who are now some of best friends now. They were competing. They had these twin sisters competing, and one always like taking selfies. The other one was kind of strict. They had these two tennis players who were most likely a parody of the two older Muppets that always talked about the other Muppets.
Right.
It was Wardolph and Stafford, I think. They would say some joke about
they
it. Go,
oh! Balcony, right?
Yeah, and then they always say something, go, oh! And yeah, that's what they were doing. After every joke they make about themselves, making fun of the other people, they would make fun of themselves and then laugh about it, and that was the shout out to that.
And then they had two girls who were kind of like shout outs to Square Pegs, and the people who made the show had to know about this 80s show, and they were kind of nerds.
Yeah.
And hippy dippy.
Right, yeah, they had two of them, yeah. One, they were they're geniuses, but took them forever to calculate everything. Right. And as you said, there were the hippie ones, and everything had to do with Mother Nature. And you guys have a Mother Nature. Like, who cares what Mother Nature thinks? Who was they on there? They had, oh, man. And they had these two twins on there who were, like, just prone to everything that you could be allergic to or hurt by.
These two guys.
They were the adversity twins.
Right.
That's what they were. Oh, man. I mean, they just had so many great characters this season and teams. And then the places they went to, they actually went to different places rather than World Tour. Like, they went to Transylvania. They went to Brazil. They went to Beijing. What else did they go to? They went to Iceland. They went to all these different outlandish places this time, and not just like simple ones, but they went way more World Tour.
And the challenges were really, really interesting. They were like really, really different from anything they'd done in any of the other incarnations. So you really liked the challenges and the rewards they got, and then the things they had to do to be immune, to have immunity to the next challenge. But again, those skaters, oh my god.
Yeah, they were the villains of
I
the
could have
series.
done without them. I know their purpose was to be the ones that everyone hated, but it was just too much of them. And they never stopped, no matter what happened. They never stopped. They got worse and worse as it went along.
Yeah, because they were determined to win, because they were getting closer to $1 million. So they had to they were really up in the game and cheating. And then people were like, wait a minute, that's not fair. Which is another thing they now bring in. You can have penalties and disadvantages now. Like, if you don't follow the Botcha Watch rules, or you kind of cheat your way, which they rarely got, you would get a penalty like for 10 minutes. So if you were like first and you got a penalty for doing something, you could end up in third, fourth, fifth, depending on how fast. Right. And the awards were actually pretty good for them too. They only get to stay. This time, the people who were in last place or were just, never made it, they got voted off automatically. Right. So it wasn't a matter of who did you not like, you want out. Right. They're like, you don't make it, you are out.
Right.
They even got the whole montage of what they did, for all the episodes they did. They even got that right for Amazing Race.
Right. So, what would you say was the best thing about this incarnation?
I think just for the fact, not only did they make it back to 26 episodes, they just went all out for this series, and they took it so seriously, but still hilarious. Right. Because we saw The Amazing Race, and once again, I was shocked when Mom said it was boring when we watched it. Like, they went to Rio. How was that boring?
It wasn't the Ridonculous Race. The only thing that I know, they got a new host with Don, but we kept thinking,
calm.
we kept thinking Chris was going to be back. And they kept trying to fool you in the beginning. In the first couple episodes, they kept fooling you, and you were thinking Chris is coming back, Chris is coming back, and then you finally realized Chris isn't coming back.
Yeah.
So I have to say, I did miss the character Chris from being the host, but Don was a totally different animal.
Yeah. Now, he was actually pretty calm and more merciful on his contestants, but he was still obsessed with his looks like Chris.
Yeah.
Like Chris. He did make a cameo, though, like quickly in the last episode. You can see him quickly. He did make a cameo. But yeah, I'm expecting him to come up and try to challenge you. Like, you think you a better host?
Right.
And he still obeyed the rules of the challenges. And most of the time, he had, like, just these smart aleck responses to the contestants. Like one of these said, "We got fourth again?" He said, "Yes, 3 comes after 4." The numbers are very quintessential. I'm like, oh, he would just say some things to them, but it wasn't as cruel as Chris. He would just kind of just mock them. It was like verbal abuse, pretty much.
Right. So, what was the best challenge you think that there was?
Oh,
I know you're gonna say it's the one with the goths because you got to see them be something that they normally weren't.
Well, I will mention that. I will mention that. That probably is because, oh wait, no, actually, I think it would have to be the one where they were in Paris, and they had to draw caricatures of each other before they could go down the catacombs. And most of the time, the art was like nonsensical. Like, okay, this person can't draw.
Right.
These people can't draw. Or the stuff they were drawing, they were making a bad line. Like, what are you doing? And they even went to not Alcatraz. They went to a prison that was even worse than Alcatraz. Like, why would you take them there?
Right.
But yeah, going back to the episode you're talking about with the goths, they had one when they went to Transylvania, and that was their dream come true. They were still very, unchanged like this, yeah. But they were fangirling and fanboying inside. Like, okay, Dracula, that was the first goth ever. It's just, I can't. I'm sorry, careful. You almost got color back into your face. It was that, and then when they got their makeup taken off, and they were like, oh! And they weren't even themselves anymore for an episode. And then the one where they got a rabbit.
Yes.
The rabbit liked the guy goth.
Right.
And he didn't admit it, but he loved the rabbit. And it turned goth too. He gave it makeup. And it was so smart.
Cute. I'm sorry.
They put a little goth makeup and he carried it around his shirt. And when he lost it, he was distraught without showing it. But he was like, no. He loved the rabbit. And the rabbit was really smart too. It helped him on the challenge and it was pretty tough. It beat up a crocodile. And he said, that's one tough rabbit. Oh man. But yeah, I think they were my favorite team of the season, just for all the lines they said, all the comedy dished out, and just all the creative things they went with.
And the ending was really exciting, which we won't tell you, but it was very, very exciting. I mean, you were watching and you knew it wasn't real, you knew it was animated, but it was so high stakes and it was so exciting that when you got to the end, you knew who you were rooting for and who you wanted to win and who you didn't want to win.
Right.
And it was exciting all the way from the very first episode to the finish.
Right.
So this was just a great idea, revamping, and as you said, a whole new cast of characters and challenges, a new host. It was brilliant. It was brilliant, creative.
I think we're gonna rewatch that again at some point because that was just a super fun.
We watched it, I don't know how many times, but yes, I'm always.
Oh, actually, we've only watched it once or twice. What? We only watched it once or twice. Now, it's not like these other shows where you watch it 20 times in a row. But yes, if you haven't seen this season and it's a spin-off, it's not exactly connected to the first series. It's a whole standalone with just a couple characters that you know is familiar to the formula of the original drama series. It's really fun. They really got the element of Amazing Race down, but made it just so outrageous and fun that you can't help but love it and get sucked into another reality show like you would any other live action one. Characters are great, story was great, interactions, the idea, the locations, everything about the season and the series was great, and I hope they do another one of these. Like, if they end Total Drama at some point, keep going with Ridonculous Race and just keep going with that. That is just a fun show.
It is.
But we should tell you before we sign off, there is going to be another spin-off for Total Drama called Total Drama Daycare. And it's going back to the realm of like they had the 90s where they had all the regular characters are now little kids. So that's kind of what they're doing for this season. So there's no challenges or anything. It's just the TDI characters as kindergartners. And I'm honestly kind of worried on it now.
So unfortunately, that's it for our Total Drama series podcast. So until the next incarnation comes out,
I'm Oscar Entertainment.
and I'm Mama Entertainment.
Have a toontastic day.
Peace.
Because we want to be famous.
And reporters sitting flashing lights, trying to walk around, man, who the hell are you? What you wanna do? My man, it's on you. Man, it's on you. With her in my dreams, she was my queen. A castle in the mountaintops, rivers and streams. Plucking sunlight from the sky in my pocket, give it to you.